Hello, everyone. One of the earliest lessons that was passed on to me when I started working in after-school programs was if you don't have food at your program, the kids won't come. Organizations that are offering valuable and fun activities still struggle with the challenge of participant commitment. We've all learned about the many benefits of after-school programs, but how can these benefits be obtained if children and youth are not attending these programs regularly? The majority of children and youth that we're working with are coming from homes where their families aren't easily able to recognize and reward the positive choices their children are making. And our schools often do not have additional resources beyond providing the education that will benefit these students in the long run. This leaves a vulnerable gap for other influences in the community to offer short-term social and material motivations. How do we create more positive instant gratification to get children and youth to stick around for the longer-term, less readily tangible benefits of education? This is an additional gap that after-school programs can assist in filling. This challenge became urgently clear to me when I began working for Ikasi Youth Everyday Heroes Club in Imizamo Yethu, which offers life skills and academic support to high school boys. There had been a sudden flare-up in high school-aged gang violence in the community, which was infiltrating the schools, and several lives were lost. This was leading to parents removing their children entirely from the schools and even the community at whole. How does a program offering math and English lessons to young men, all without any girls in sight, get them to stick around when the streets are immediately offering recognition, affiliation, and short-sighted fun and income potential? How do we make academic and after-school activities more appealing than the alternatives? What happens when a peanut butter sandwich is no longer cutting it? On a visit to the Desmond Tutu HIV Foundation Center in Masipumalele, I saw their youth scanning in their fingerprints and earning tutus for the amount of time and activities that they attended at the center. At the end of each term, they were cashing in these tutus for incentives like vouchers or airtime, and they could save them for larger prizes, such as driving lessons or weekend camps. This was providing youth incentives that the streets or their families can't easily offer them. Having been inspired by this youth-friendly approach, I took it back to Ikasi, and our credit store was opened. Using a classic sticker chart and Google Drive forms, the youth now earned 5 hero bucks for every session attended, and responsible behavior was rewarded, and undesirable behavior or lack of attendance was deaded. At the end of each term, the heroes cashed in their credits to purchase clothing, stationery, toiletries, or even take home a hot meal to their family. They could save the credits they didn't spend, which would earn interest by the next term's credit store to encourage saving and planning ahead, because unfortunately in the real world it isn't all about immediate gratification. Additionally, tickets to group outings are for sale, and they could save to pay their deposit at the end of the year camp. Because of the smaller scale of Ikasi Youth's credit store, we were able to easily customize our store inventory. The most requested items in the store were deodorant and airtime. And one of our matrix desperately needed a calculator, and he knew he could request for it to be available in the store. And when the store opened, he spent every one of his saved credits to make sure he was prepared for his exams. We even found that over time, our conduct code was no longer needing to be implemented, as there was a greater value being placed on the time they had at the program, and there was less behavioral challenges as commitment grew. Participants were able to easily see their commitment, and they were able to see when it was slipping, which allowed for a conversation to be had with them and their facilitator about what circumstances were affecting their attendance. And they understood if they hadn't met the minimum requirement to be able to attend outings or special events. They were becoming more accountable. Additionally, the organization is able to assist with their material needs and expose them to experiences they wouldn't otherwise have access to, whilst not disempowering them by making them passive recipients of donations, but rather recognizing their commitment and choice to be participating in positive programs that improve their academic and social outcomes. This past year, I've had the privilege through the Hout Bay Partnership of working with a team to take this incentive concept to a larger scalable model. Through the D.G. Murray Trust and the After School Game Changer, a learner incentive program across grade 8 and 9 learners at Hout Bay and Silicamba High Schools has been launched. We are now exploring if not only incentivization can increase the attendance in our school programs, but if an overall buy-in of the programs can also reduce the number of learners that drop out of school. So as you guys may have seen in your packs, Jackie mentioned the passports. So all 430 grade 8 and 9 learners at the 2 schools have been given these passports. And at every activity that they attend, whether at the school or off campus, they receive a stamp, which correlates to the type of after-school activity that they're participating in. And those who attend 2 extramural activities per week will be incentivized at the end of each term. And those who attend even more will earn more significant prizes, including outings and camps. This is also an exciting opportunity to create partnerships across the schools and all 20 plus of the organizations in Hout Bay who offer after-school activities to this age group. This will maximize collaboration and incentivize the full range of activities available to students. Through partnership and collaboration, we can all work towards enabling more instant gratification, which acts as a rung on the ladder towards the longer-term goals of completing their education and the avoidance of negative choices, all while cultivating capable and accountable young people who are empowered through their choice and recognized for them.